In the coming weeks, I will be laying out even more plans to help bring back affordability. And again, remember, that's a fake word by Democrats. Prices were too high. They caused the high price. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good, though, I will say. Oh, you're so lucky to be here. Under our administration, growth is exploding, productivity is soaring, investment is booming, incomes are rising, inflation is defeated, America is respected again like never before.
Okay, now that's President Trump selling his message on the economy in Detroit, taking a bit of a victory lap over the economic agenda, hitting at more proposals in the near future. It comes as the economy shapes up to be a key issue in the midterms. I know they're 10 months away, but Democrats trying to carve a path to take control of the House. House Speaker Mike Johnson with me now, the Republican. Sir, nice to see you. And thank you for coming back here today. You got the toughest job in America. I mean, you hold the majority by a single vote. And that's where it's going to be for the rest of the year, as you point out. Now, there is talk about Republicans doing another bill on the cost of living. Hakeem Jeffries went after you on that. Watch here.
It's strange to me, after Republicans got crushed electorally all across the country, up and down the ballot, in the off-year election last November, that now they've decided that perhaps they should actually try to keep their word and address the high cost of living in the United States of America. It's all talk. There's no action. These people are not serious.
All right, sir, your retort on that is what? Go.
There's zero facts involved in what Hakeem just said there. It's comical. We had an extraordinary election year. In fact, we had a record demographic shift in that election in 2024, where we had huge demographics of Americans come to the Republican Party. We had the highest popular vote total ever for House Republicans, and President Trump, of course, got 75 million popular votes. The president deserves to take that victory lap, and that speech in Detroit was a good signal of what's happening in the economy. I mean, the numbers are extraordinary. They're projecting a 5.1% economic growth rate for the fourth quarter.
What would be in that bill, even if you had the votes to get it through?
Yeah, so what we're talking about is a Reconciliation 2.0. The big, beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut from last year, was a reconciliation bill, as everybody knows. And the reason you use reconciliation, because it's the one way to get around the 60-vote threshold necessity in the Senate. Democrats don't want to help solve any problem. They want issues for the upcoming election. So a lot of this we've got to do on our own. So the reconciliation bill that we're putting together right now will be just as beautiful, but not as big as the one last year. We have a truncated amount of time to do it, but we can do a lot of things, as the president said, to bring down the cost of living, bring down prices further. We've been fulfilling our promises that we made on that campaign trail in 2024, and that's what 2025 was all about.
God, do you think the affordability argument's a hoax, as the president has said?
Well, no, what the president's referring to when he calls it a hoax is the Democrats' spin. It is Bidenomics that got us into this mess. It is Bidenomics, the outrageous spending levels that drove inflation to 40-year highs. That's why prices are up. Now, we got to work on it immediately in January when Republicans took over the Congress, the House, the Senate, and the White House, and we did exactly what we said we were going to do: bring down inflation, cut taxes, and grow the economy. And that's what all the indicators are saying now. Inflation is going down, gas prices at a 5-year low, the growth rate over 5%. That would have been unimaginable. Even the economists, even conservative economists, didn't think that was possible. But it is evidence, Bill, that when our policies are implemented, they work. So Trump policies, Republican policies are doing right by the American people, and they're going to reward that at the ballot box in this upcoming midterm election in November.
I got 3 more things to get to. On ICE, you know that's the story out of Minnesota. We've been covering it 24/7, as everybody else has, in print and here on cable. Democrats wanted to fund ICE. Can they do that?
No, they can't, because Republicans control Congress. This is no time to be playing games with national security and public safety, and that's what Democrats are doing, beating the drums up here. Remember what ICE stands for. It's Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They are enforcing the law. They are apprehending the dangerous criminals who were allowed into our country because Joe Biden kept the border wide open for 4 years. An estimated more than 20 million people came in. Many of them are a great danger to our community. A lot of them have collected in cities like Minneapolis. You know, these sanctuary cities, they're all there, and so ICE has to go and do its job. There's a lot of spin on the Democrat side. They're assaulting our law enforcement officers, and they're breaking the law. They need to get out of the way and allow federal law enforcement to do its duty. That serves all the American people.
Stock trading ban bill. The way I see it's constructed, that it would prevent leaders and lawmakers to hold current stocks they own and require a 7-day notice before making sales. AOC's got some strong feelings on this. She says the bill doesn't go far enough. Roll this from her.
This legislation that has been put forward by Republican leadership is not a congressional stock trading ban. It was written by the wealthiest members of Congress for the wealthiest members of Congress. It allows the richest members of Congress to continue to own, buy, and sell stock.
Sir, can it pass, and is she wrong?
She's wrong, as usual. She clearly hasn't read the legislation. It bans trading stocks for anyone in Congress. And this is an important step to go forward because there have been a handful of people who have abused that over the years, and they've enriched themselves and they've engaged in insider trading. It's against the law, but we have to police it here because it's people's belief in faith and trust in Congress that's at stake. So this is a very important step forward. AOC, as usual, has no idea what she's talking about. It wasn't drafted by wealthy lawmakers. It's by rank and file members who are here serving our constituents, and we want to send that signal to the American people they can trust Congress. This is a big step forward.
Here is the balance of power in the House. Republicans 218, Democrats 213. I mean, that's the slimmest of margins possible. You know what the history says about midterms? It's rare to hold a majority with the party in power. How difficult is it come November?
I'm very bullish, Bill. I can't wait. I'm convinced we're going to grow the House majority for the Republican Party and keep this majority because we have a great record to run on. The Democrats are in total disarray, and it's going to get worse as we get closer to the election. We have this demographic shift that we had in 2024. We'll hold those new voters because we're delivering on our promises. It's promises made, promises kept, and people are going to reward that when they go to the ballot. We are very excited. We're going to defy history, and the Republicans are going to stay in charge here.
Okay, all right, bullish. I wrote it down. We'll see if you're right. Speaker Johnson,
You got it.
Thank you for your time today. Thanks.
Thanks, my friend.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Compagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.